Tonight begins the next chapter. The runoff is about a choice between two very different visions of leadership. A choice between results and rhetoric, between conviction and convenience, between proven leadership and political ambition. And ultimately, it's about choice of trust.
That's Attorney General Gentner Drummond, who finished on the top of the Oklahoma Republican primary for governor race that we saw here just a couple of weeks ago with just, as you see there, a little more than 1,000 votes more than Mike Mazzei, former state senator, who now those two gentlemen will meet in a runoff election in August. We're so happy to have AG Gentner Drummond here on the program. We had Mike Mazzei on a couple weeks ago, if you can find that online. But AG Drummond, thanks so much for being back here. We appreciate it.
Evan, always happy to be here.
Yeah, and congratulations to getting to the runoff. I know that was always the goal for this. No surprise for you to be where you're at?
No surprise.
Right. So what's the key now? Because as I pointed out to Mr. Mazzei, there's 50% of the vote up for grabs right now. You each grabbed a little more than a quarter of it. That means there's 50% of Republican primary voters who voted for someone else that now you have to convince.
Well, I think this is where the battle begins, and we knew statistically there'd have to be a runoff.
Right.
I find it odd that even though Mr. Mazzei had President Trump's endorsement, 75% of Republicans didn't vote for him. So that's kind of an indication that what Oklahomans are looking for is a leader.
Well, I mean, I guess the big question that I had immediately, because immediately after the primary, we see President Trump get on Truth Social, and I'm thinking against you, you know, and I'm thinking, all right, how does a Republican in the year 2026 in Oklahoma win a runoff when the President of the United States is speaking against him and for the other guy?
You know, I think I don't want to be prophetic, but there's a likelihood that the President will come in and endorse me as well. I'm polling ahead of Mr. Mazzei. I'm going to run an aggressive campaign. Oklahomans are hungry for a leader. What they see from me, whether it's over the skies of Baghdad during the Gulf War, boardrooms across Oklahoma, or in the hot seat of the Attorney General, Oklahomans are watching a leader who says what he means and does what he says. What they see with Mr. Mazzei is a man who flips and flops. He's flipped on education. He's flipped on property taxes. He's flipped on the Inola smelter. He flipped on foreign land ownership. He's flipped on subsidizing out-of-state corporations. They don't know where Mr. Mazzei stands. Now, I'm supportive of President Trump. I'm his best ally in the state of Oklahoma. I've been in the White House twice in the last 6 weeks with Vice President Vance, with Director Patel, with AG Blanche. Why? They want to learn best practices. How is Oklahoma able to shut down 10,600 Chinese syndicated crime organizations and be the 5th highest state in deportations of illegal aliens? My office.
I want to get back to that Inola aluminum smelter because that is one place where we are seeing really a clear difference between you and Mr. Mazzei.
Right.
And you know, he was skeptical of it / against it.
Anti-smelter.
And of course now he is very much in favor of it. We talked about that a couple of weeks ago on
I hope
this
he confessed the pay-to-play. The president said you get my endorsement through Roger Stone if you flip.
Well, he did say to me on this program that they had a conversation which the president explained to him why it was an important thing, and that is what led to his decision. But why are you against this?
When they published their plan in February, it only talked about air, and it was 542 tons a year of particulate into the atmosphere. And then we waited until May 18th when they finally, early June, when they finally filed their complete application. They did not address water, did not address the sludge, and this is 60% owned by a Muslim monarchy 6,000 miles away from Oklahoma, controlled by Muslim monarchy, and the state of Oklahoma subsidizing it $255 million just on the front end. It's a crazy giveaway. And the 40% owner, the primary owner of the 40% owner, does business with Iran. So we've got UAE, Dubai, Iran in Oklahoma doing business.
Do you see any way in which this project would get to a point where you could support it?
Surely. Take care of the air, don't get a waiver. Take care of the water, don't get a waiver. Take care of the solid waste that is not even permissible to go into a landfill in the United States of America, and change ownership.
Okay.
If this were American owned, that would comply with American laws and care about Oklahomans, I'm all about it. Right now, what we're just going to have are little mosques dropping around Inola, and we're going to have to shut down hay production. We're going to pollute Oklahoma.
How do you describe yourself politically? Because the president, Mike Mazzei, they like to say that you're like a fake Republican, a Democrat in disguise. I've heard these phrases.
Sure.
What's the truth about you? How do you describe yourself?
I've supported President Trump in his elections. I've given him $75,000. Mike Mazzei's given him $760. I should have given that to Roger Stone, and I'd get the endorsement. I didn't. I gave it to the president. I'm his partner. Now, listen, I respect the president. He's a great leader. If he wants to endorse Mr. Mazzei, that's his business. What I think that your viewers are interested in, and I'm a Trump supporter. Thousands of Trump supporters have come to me and say, hey, we get it. We love President Trump. We're voting for you. Oklahoma needs a leader. We cannot afford another 8 years of mediocrity and flipping. And that's what you're going to get with Mike Mazzei. You want mediocrity? He's your man.
How aggressive can Oklahoma get with tax cutting policies in the years to come?
We have to have a plan. He loves to say, I have a plan. You know what his plan is? Prayer, hope, wish. It's not a plan. My plan is education, healthcare, mental health, workforce development, partnership with the tribes. We do these 5 things, guess what's going to happen? We're going to be attractive to out-of-state investment if our education is not 50th. We're going to be attractive to out-of-state investment if our healthcare is not 48th and mental health 46th. If we take care of those 3 and we partner with the tribes, we're going to become an attractive state. We're going to have corporate revenues go up, leading a path to decreasing individual income tax.
Am I understanding you in the thought that really all of those things, though, have to work together? You can't have just a handful of things. Like
right.
All of them have to work. Otherwise, the investment that's needed and everything, that is not going to be there, which would allow you to drop
right.
those.
Mr.
Those
Mazzei
tax
can
rates.
drop taxes by cutting core services. If you live in rural Oklahoma, you're going to not get any property tax relief because he's going to take care of urban people. He said it. We can cut property taxes for the city folk, my friends, but not for the rural folk, my friends. Right? So he's discriminating against Oklahomans. Cutting core services, you can reduce income tax, but can we really afford to be below 50th in education, 48th in healthcare, and 46th in mental health? No.
So what do you think this is going to come down to in August? What's the issue?
I trust the Oklahoma voter. They are well informed and they love our state. This candidate stands for Oklahoma, puts it first. I don't sell you out. The other candidate sold Oklahoma out to get an endorsement. That is not setting well with Oklahoma. This is what I can promise. The voters are not going to agree with me 100% of the time, but they can trust me 100% of the time. I do what I say I do, and I don't back down. I'm informed by the law, what's in the best interest of Oklahoma, and I execute. You've seen me do that for 3.5 years. You'll see me do that for 8 years. You will see this state trajectory go up.
That's Attorney General Gentner Drummond. He's in the August GOP runoff for governor. And AG Drummond, we really appreciate the time.
Thank you.
Thanks
Appreciate
for being
it.
here. Yeah.